Make sure that you have a nice clear area. When we move her to a surface, we want the surface that we're moving her to be close to the other surface. We're going to do what's called a stand pivot or pivot transfer, but we're going to try to involve as the least amount of movement that we have to in order to get her over there. When you're transferring with wheelchairs, there's so many different wheelchairs that I'm not even going to try and tell you how to, the component parts, but the most important thing is to lock the brakes. If the brakes aren't working well, probably have somebody standing behind the chair to stabilize it if it's a wheelchair, because you don't want this thing rolling away. The brakes are locked on this chair now, and this chair has the ability to move these out of the way, so now we're good, okay? All right. Again, we're going to teach. So the first thing that we're going to ask Taylor to do is slide forward. Okay, can you slide forward to get your feet on the ground? Good. Now her feet are on the ground. Right. Scoot back. If she can't do that, if I say, can you, slide forward the bed, and she hears blah, 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 and doesn't understand what I'm saying, again, we have to use that tactile, visual cueing that we were talking about before. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rock her over here, and I'm going to slide this forward. See, already she just wanted to do that. She wanted to kind of ooch forward. Then I'm going to rock her this way and bring her forward. Rock her and bring her forward until her feet are on the ground. Okay. Her feet, we want her feet just a little bit behind her knees, underneath or just behind her knees. So we're going to do this a little bit. Okay, put your feet right there. And I'm going to use a gait belt. Okay. When we transfer patients, a lot of times they're going to be in gowns, okay, or in pajamas, or even if they're in their street clothes. We don't want to use underwear, we don't want to use pants, we don't want to use whatever. We'll give them a wedgie, okay?
What's a wedgie make you laugh? I'm just saying the word is funny, I think. Wedgie.
And it's got to be fairly snug.
Or fart. Those are words you just kind of
We'll
laugh
let you
at.
practice with the gait belts. So I'm going to snug this up, just so I can get my fingers into the belt. And now we're kind of ready to go. Now, what I want you to do, who's that?
Natalie.
Who?
Natalie.
Natalie? Okay. Natalie, I want you to stand up from that stool. All right, what's the first thing that she did before she stood up?
Her hands underneath.
Okay, she used her hands and she did what?
Lean forward.
She leaned forward, okay? So that's the same thing that we're going to teach our patients, because a lot of times they forget. Now, she's on a surface that doesn't have any arms. What are we going to do with her hands? Where's she going to put her hands?
On you.
On me. All right? Where? This is good. That's why I picked Taylor, because she's good looking.
So arms are so.
Huh? She's going to put them up around my neck and give me a big hug?
I don't know.
No. We normally say we never let our patients put their hands on us, because if she's got her hands on me,
Remember I
she's
said
got
that
control of me.
Yeah.
If she pulls, I'm coming
everything
forward,
you
and
said.
I'm losing my balance. She's going to be comfortable with pushing down in the bed. Now, I've got Taylor, and she's kind of demented, and she doesn't understand push down in the bed. So every time I go to transfer her, she's reaching up and trying to grab me, because I'm good looking.
Oh, wow.
She's good looking, I'm good looking.
Hey, good looking.
So what do we do with her arms in that case? We tell her to cross her arms across her body, okay? And then we get in here like this, and I have control of her arms now. So if she's not able to push off from the bed, or she doesn't understand pushing off from the bed, just like we did when we were moving side to side, just have them cross their arms across their body and give themselves a hug, and we got them right here like this, okay? All right, so put your, and then on that count of,
Trace.
3, that's right, that's what we all decided on, we like 3. Right? We're going to have her stand, turn, reach back for the chair and sit down. Okay? Now this is going to be a supervised transfer, okay? But still what I'm going to do, we said make your mistakes conservatively. I'm going to get here and I'm going to act like I would expect that she is going to fall, and I'm going to put my hands on the gate belt, the transfer belt, because this is the first time that she's moving from that bed to the chair, and I don't trust her, okay? And I'm going to say on the count of 3, I want you to lean forward, and I want you to stand, turn, and sit in the chair.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, push, stand, turn, and sit. Now, I was ready for her if she went down. her here. Okay? Now, we don't know anything about her weight-bearing status or anything like that, how much weight she's allowed to put. We're just going to say that she's generally deconditioned. Okay? She's generally deconditioned. So what I'm going to do is, we've got her slid forward, okay? We've got her feet underneath her, okay? I'm going to assume that she's going to collapse. I support both knees. Some people support one knee. Some people get in the middle. Some people support the good knee. Some people support the bad knee. I do both, okay? And just like when we were doing that transfer, I'm going to say lean forward, okay? And I'm going to make her a part of me, okay? Because when we carry things, we want our center of gravity over our base of support here. So she has to become part of my center of gravity. Right? If I'm out here like this, I'm not going to do anything. We don't carry our books to school like this because we look stupid. We carry them in here like this. Right? So I'm going to get her and I'm going to have her lean her in and I'm going to give her a hug and I'm going to still tell her, on the count of 3, we're going to stand, turn, and sit in the chair. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm going to do is, no.
I'm sorry.
I know it's
Relax.
just me. Good. I've got her here. Sit down. Sit down.
I am.
Sit down.
I'm sitting.
You can't sit. Okay? I've got Taylor, and all I have to do is that. Okay?
Yay.
1, 2, 3. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Now I've got her here. I can scoot her back, and then I can scoop her, drop her down, and bring her up. Okay? So it's backwards from what we did before. So the whole, see what we did before, okay? She's maximum assist, don't help me. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay?